The evolution of MonsterVerse, a glimpse into the past, present, and future. The rise of Titans, a recap of MonsterVerse's journey in 2014, the world was introduced to a new vision of Godzilla, one that reimagined the legendary Kaiju as a force of nature, neither entirely good nor evil. Godzilla 2014 set the tone for the MonsterVerse, painting a world where ancient titans roamed, hidden beneath the surface, waiting for their resurgence. But the true scale of this cinematic universe would only be revealed in the years that followed. Then came Kong, Skull Island 2017, which took us back to the 1970s, unraveling the mysteries of Skull Island, a hidden paradise filled with monstrous creatures, including the mighty Kong. This film confirmed what many had suspected. These monsters were more than just mindless beasts. They were guardians, rulers, and perhaps even gods of the ancient world. But the real escalation happened in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019. Titans emerged across the globe, and Godzilla faced his greatest challenge yet, King Ghidorah, the three-headed extraterrestrial alpha predator. The battle between these two titans reshaped the world, revealing that humans were mere spectators in a war that had been waged for millennia. By the end, Godzilla had reclaimed his throne, and the remaining titans bowed before their new king. Then came the moment fans had been waiting for, the ultimate showdown in Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. The two legendary monsters clashed in a battle that spanned both the surface world and the mysterious Hollow Earth, an ancient realm that held the key to the origins of these creatures. But just when it seemed that Godzilla and Kong would fight to the death, a new threat arose. Mechagodzilla, the mechanical titan created by Apex Cybernetics, proved to be too powerful for either of them alone. In a stunning turn of events, Godzilla and Kong joined forces to take down their common enemy, forging an uneasy truce. But the story didn't end there. The discovery of Hollow Earth opened the door to new possibilities, new monsters, and a world that was far larger and more dangerous than anyone had imagined. 2. Monarch, Hollow Earth, and the expanding Titan mythology. The key to understanding the MonsterVerse lies in Monarch, the shadowy organization that has been tracking and studying the Titans for decades. Initially perceived as little more than a government task force, Monarch has proven to be far more knowledgeable than they let on. They have uncovered hidden truths about the Titans, including their ancient rivalries, their connection to Earth's natural balance, and, most importantly, the existence of Hollow Earth. Hollow Earth, first introduced as a theory, was confirmed in Godzilla vs. Kong as a vast subterranean world where Titans once ruled. The revelation of this hidden ecosystem changed everything, suggesting that the surface world was merely a fraction of the planet's true nature. And now, in Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire, 2024, this underground realm has become the focal point of a new war. A forgotten empire of Titans has risen, led by an ancient and fearsome new villain, Shimo. With this revelation, it's clear that humanity and the surface Titans have only scratched the surface of the dangers lurking beneath. 3. Godzilla, Kong, and the monster alliances. At the heart of the MonsterVerse are two legendary figures. Godzilla, the king of the monsters, the ultimate apex predator. He maintains balance in the world, eliminating threats that disrupt the natural order. Though destructive, his actions are often justified. He is neither friend nor foe to humanity, but an entity that ensures the planet's survival. Kong, the lonely king of Skull Island, now a wanderer of Hollow Earth. Unlike Godzilla, Kong is more empathetic, capable of forming bonds with humans. His role is that of a warrior, a protector of his domain. Their rivalry was inevitable, but their alliance was unexpected. The new empire suggests that their fragile truce is about to be tested once again. With the rise of new enemies, will they fight side by side, or will old tensions reignite? On the human side, Monarch continues to serve as the bridge between humanity and the Titans. However, Apex Cybernetics, the sinister organization behind Mechagodzilla, may still be operating in the shadows. IV, the new threats, a MonsterVerse in peril, the biggest revelation of Godzilla x Kong. The new empire is Shimo, a titan unlike any before. With glowing blue eyes and a menacing presence, Shimo represents a new breed of kaiju, one that may have been sealed away in Hollow Earth for centuries. But what about the titans of the past? King Ghidorah. Though seemingly destroyed, Ghidorah's regenerative abilities and alien origins leave the door open for his return. If Apex or another entity were to experiment with his DNA, we could see an even deadlier form of the Golden Dragon. Destroyah. Fans have long speculated about Destroyah's arrival in the MonsterVerse. If the new empire explores biological weaponry or new scientific experiments, Destroyah could be the next great villain, one powerful enough to challenge even Godzilla and Kong together. And then there's the ultimate mystery. What other titans are lurking in Hollow Earth, waiting to rise? The future of MonsterVerse. Where do we go after 2025? With each new film, the MonsterVerse has expanded beyond expectations. So, what comes next? Standalone Titan films. Could we see solo movies exploring the origins of Mothra, Rodan, or other legendary kaiju? A greater threat. If the new empire introduces a larger villain, will we see a full-scale war between titans? Crossover potential. With Hollywood embracing multiverse storytelling, could we see Godzilla cross paths with Pacific Rim, the Transformers, or even Toho's Shin Godzilla? Whatever happens, the MonsterVerse is far from over. As long as there are titans, there will be battles, alliances, and world-shaking events that remind humanity of its place in the natural order. The legacy of Godzilla, a Hollywood giant. The success of the MonsterVerse has proven one thing: kaiju cinema is more alive than ever. While Toho continues its own legacy in Japan, Hollywood's take on Godzilla has breathed new life into the genre, ensuring that these legendary monsters will continue to dominate the big screen for years to come. The question now is not whether Godzilla will return, but how. Will he face an enemy greater than any before? Will he finally unite with Kong in a war that shakes the entire planet? And most importantly, how long before humanity realizes that they are merely visitors in a world ruled by monsters? One thing is certain: the MonsterVerse is just getting started. The future of MonsterVerse. A new age of titans. The world thought it had seen the greatest titan battles in history. Godzilla and Kong had clashed, fought, and then stood side by side to take down a greater enemy. But deep beneath the earth, in the ancient ruins of a forgotten empire, something was stirring. Something older. Something far more dangerous. The next titans. Who will rise? Shimo was only the beginning. If Godzilla x Kong, the new empire, has taught us anything, it's that the monsters we've known so far are just the tip of the iceberg. Deep within Hollow Earth, titans we have yet to meet are waiting, some as protectors, others as destroyers. Imagine a titan unlike any we've seen before, one born not of nature, but of twisted science. Biolante, a mutation of Godzilla's DNA mixed with plant matter, could rise as a terrifying force of nature, a walking nightmare of vines, teeth, and rage. Or perhaps, from the stars, a new challenger arrives. Gigan, the cybernetic kaiju, could be a war machine from an ancient alien race, a foe even Godzilla would struggle to defeat. And what about those titans whose names we've only seen on Monarch's secret files? Titanus Leviathan, rumored to dwell beneath the ice, could awaken to reclaim the seas. Anguirus, once an ally of Godzilla in past iterations, may finally enter MonsterVerse as a hardened warrior from Hollow Earth. Each new titan would shift the balance of power. The question is, will Godzilla and Kong still be enough to hold the world together? 2. Hollow Earth. The Forgotten War. The deeper Monarch ventures into Hollow Earth, the more they uncover the truth. This was never just a lost world. It was a battlefield. Ancient ruins tell the story of a war long before humans walked the surface. A time when titans ruled unchallenged. Carvings on temple walls depict creatures locked in combat, their eyes glowing with a power that no scientist can explain. The remains of weapons, too large to be wielded by men, suggest that someone once fought alongside the titans. And then, the discovery no one expected. A throne room. Not built by humans. Not made for them either. This wasn't just a war between monsters. It was a war for power. And with the return of Shimo, perhaps that war is about to begin again. 3. Godzilla and Kong, allies or rivals. Once more, their battle in Godzilla vs. Kong left the world divided. Who was truly the strongest? But their uneasy truce proved that some threats require unity, not rivalry. Yet with the rise of new titans, can that alliance hold? Kong has claimed Hollow Earth as his domain, yet dangers lurk in the shadows. What if another challenger appears, seeking to take his throne? Would Godzilla step in to help? Or would he see it as nature's way of restoring balance? And what if, just as Kong finds his place, the world above calls Godzilla back? A threat beyond Earth, beyond anything seen before, could force the king of monsters into a battle that even he might not survive. The question remains, if Godzilla falls, who will take his place? IV. The return of old enemies' legends don't stay buried forever. King Ghidorah was defeated, but was he truly destroyed? Apex Cybernetics experimented with his remains, his severed head still teeming with energy. If they succeed in bringing him back, he may return even stronger. His consciousness now fused with technology, an apex predator reborn. And then there is Destroyah. If any titan could push Godzilla and Kong to their limits, it would be this nightmare. A creature born from destruction itself, a living force of annihilation. If the oxygen destroyer weapon was ever used again, it could awaken something far worse than anything humanity has ever faced. What if MonsterVerse isn't just leading to another titan battle? What if it's leading to extinction? The future of MonsterVerse. What comes after 2025? We are no longer the dominant species, that much is clear. But what happens next? A titan war on a global scale? If the new empire is any indication, we could see a full-scale war between titans, one that doesn't just stay underground. Standalone titan films? What if Legendary explores the origins of individual monsters? How Mothra, Rodan, or even Mechagodzilla came to be? A crossover event? With multiverse storytelling growing in popularity, could we see Godzilla clash with other cinematic icons? Pacific Rim's Jaegers, or even Japan's Shin Godzilla? The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear. MonsterVerse is far from over. The titans have only begun to rise, and when the dust settles, the world may never be the same again.